Fella.
My man.
Curfew calls.
Again.
Been a while since we've done one.
Yeah, it has. Judging by the sheet here and the amount of calls we got, it's seems like a hot topic.
I love these, man.
Yeah.
I love the curfew calls. We were
talking curfew calls are good.
Over the weekend. It's we got some good content coming out with them after, when everything's said and done. So this will be part of our off-season content, but just
for all the guys in the summer when you're just hung titty and you're like, fuck, there's no hockey news anyway to listen to. This is just primetime gold.
There's going to be like one guy sign every week. Like, I don't know, who's like a veteran guy. He's going to be like, oh, signed to a PTO. You're like, oh, thanks. That's great.
We like to switch it up too. So, the curfew calls has been nice, and I'm sure we'll figure out another couple seggies moving forward, but this is our bread and butter.
This is the most that makes me feel like I'm back in the dressing room, right? Like me and you snap around talking about what's going on in the NHL and other sports. That's fun too. But when these guys come in and give us like talk about their team or whatever the fuck's going on, I feel like I'm back in the room. So, Maxie, what do you want to start her off with, fella?
Just without the sore groins though.
Let's take a call here to start us off.
Without the bad back.
Oh, it's tough. I got a bad back right now.
What's up, boys? It's Devin from Brooklyn, New York. I just had a little question. I was curious how you guys would debate this. Obviously Shane was a tough defenseman, fight a lot, a badass dude, and the Updog was more skillful forward, quick, balls to the wall. If you had the option to switch skill sets with any player from your era, I was curious who you'd pick and why. Like maybe Shane would pick like a Datsuk type of skill set, and maybe Updog would go like Chara, badass. I'm just curious how you guys would want to play that and why. As always, RIP Broadway. Have a good day, fella.
Fucking good call.
Man, we got some good New
York. A lot of
East
Coasters calling
New York fans.
Yeah. The boys they don't mind picking up the phone.
No, it's guys like, I got one guy from Brooklyn and
Bobby from the Bronx.
Oh yeah. He's a reg.
Those guys are all Rangers fans,
Howard
right?
Stern when the regulars call in all the time.
If you're from Brooklyn and the Bronx, you're cheering for the Rangers, right? Of course.
Yeah, I'd say you're blue shirts. Yeah. Unless you're just like scum and you like the fucking Pittsburgh Penguins or something.
Yeah.
Ooh. But if you're like a true Bronxie,
I just feel like if you're from the Bronx or Brooklyn, you like the Yankees, you like the Rangers, you like the Giants.
100%.
Right? And then if you're from Long Island, you like the Islanders and the Jets. And then if you're from Jersey, who gives a fuck really what you like, right? No, but you like the Devils, and then you probably like the Giants, right?
Yeah.
And then
I'd say there's I don't know where the line is.
Where does the line cross as an ex-Flyer? Where does it cross in like Jersey to like, it's South Jersey, right?
South
like
Jersey, yeah. As you go into the heart of New Jersey, it's no more Flyer fans, I don't think.
It's no more. So like once you get north,
Pennsylvania is split like kind of right up through the arse for the Pens.
It is the fucking arse.
Yeah. It's stinky in there. little hot, sweaty. Yeah.
No, but like, because you guys would practice in Jersey, right? I just remember seeing Voros, New Jersey. That's where
Voorhees.
Like the old GM at Big Voorhees.
Yeah. Painful.
So would you like, I never understood that with like where you're a Flyers fan and where you're a Devils fan. Is there like a point in the state there's got to be where you cross over, like, all right, we're in Devils territory here.
Yeah. I mean, you go through.
Break out the neutral zone trap.
Yeah. So on the way out from Philly over the Ben Frankie or the Walt Whitman Bridge,
Flyers,
you go through, but basically looks like Gotham. It's not perfect. It's a part of Jersey on the water. It's fucking heads up.
Yeah.
Like, keep your head on a swivel. And
like if you're coming, like, are you talking about like past the rinks and stuff, like where all the football field, or farther than that?
No, like
the other way.
So you got to go over the river into Jersey.
Yeah.
So when you go past the rinks in Philly from the airport, which you always do, that's all Pennsylvania.
Gotcha.
As soon as you cross over the bridge, you're in Jersey. Then you hit the turnpike and whatever. Camden's the city I'm talking about. You've obviously heard it. It's kind of sketch.
Is it?
Good concert venue over there though. Like outdoor.
Would you go there for concerts?
Yeah. But that's it. That's all you're doing on the waterfront there. But no, listen, you go into Cherry Hill, or
that's the nice
Haddonfield
area,
is this great little community. It's where like Heartsy and Chemo and Danny B, all the good Giroux lived over there.
All the rich guys live.
Yeah. Can't buy booze there though.
What?
It's a dry little village.
The whole place you can't buy booze?
The whole little county of Haddonfield Can't buy booze.
What's the what are they, Mormon or
They
not?
just want you
Not
to
Mormon.
fucking-
What's
Yeah.
what's the one where you can't drive cars and stuff?
Amish?
From Kingpin, yeah, Amish.
Yeah, I don't think they're Amish. No, it's I mean, you could ask, someone asked Siri what the fuck's going on over there. Why is it dry? I don't know.
I'm gonna change this. Remember,
I mean, you're allowed to drink, you just can't buy it.
remember Kingpin when he goes in there? He's like, "Man, I was milking that cow forever. It took a long time for me to get." He goes, "We don't have any cows. Those are bulls." Hey, if you're looking for a good movie, watch. Have you ever seen Kingpin, Bing and Max? You guys too young for that.
I don't think I've seen Kingpin.
Oh
Never
my
seen it.
Yeah,
God.
it's a legendary bowling.
Boys, I'm telling you, Binger, fire up the pipe or the weed pen and take in Kingpin. It's
And have a
unbelievable.
night?
Yeah, just put the feet up, order some Postmates. So anyway, sorry, Camden.
Yeah.
So what they got to,
So anyway, there's a little kind of blanket put over that little area, South Jersey, where it's Flyer fans, and the rest is Jersey fans.
Gotcha. Devin, great question. I'm going to go first up because I already know my answer to this. The one player that I always wanted to be that I thought had the sickest style and just the way he played the game was Jumbo Joe Thornton. No visor, sick wheels. I didn't love how late in Joe's career he grew the beard to the point of where he grew it. I think Joe's a good looking guy. I know he got married. I'm sure I think his wife's a rocket from Switzerland. I'm sure he just didn't care anymore. But at one point I was like, fuck Jumbo, shave the beard. And like another guy like Greg Zanin. Listen, I used to hate Greg Zanin when I played against him. And then I really didn't like Greg Zanin when I played with him in Colorado, right? He had this big, long beard.
I played with him too for a while.
He sat beside me and it stunk and we were in last place. I'm thinking shave the fucking beard. Went down to San Antonio, got to really have a good respect for Greg Zanin.
Yeah.
I ended up
he played.
It wasn't an act, but still the beard
You
was
got over the stinky red beard.
the beard was still a little stinky.
And how loud he talks.
He's loud, but he blocks
Very loud.
Bisky.
I
He
know
would
he
block
does.
a Bisky 3-3 on a Saturday afternoon in Oklahoma with 150 people in the crowd.
He became a pro by just blocking shots.
Yeah, so-
basically. Yeah.
I guess what I said, I thought it was an act when I played against him, and I would try to fight him. He'd never fight me. And Colorado had a bad year, but the beard with Jumbo, I didn't love, but I loved his style, no visor. And another thing I loved about Joe, he worked the half wall. He never really had to take a hard stride. Not that he didn't.
Mm-hmm.
Good down low. And then the thing that puts it over the top for me, if you wanted to fuck around with Joe Thornton, he was as tough as they come.
Yeah.
So if I could have been anybody in the NHL and I would like to have his bank account too, it would be Jumbo Joe Thornton. 6 style, right up? 6 style.
Yeah. He was nasty.
And then he wore number 91.
We got to see him in his
Team
heyday too.
Canada.
It would just, you face, if you're ever caught out on the ice against him, it's good luck getting the puck. It's he puts it in, he can stick handle it in between his feet and he turns his fucking big, 6'6" frame and you're like, fuck, this is pointless. The hell am I doing out here?
Yeah. No, but remember
it's a good question because
remember we'd go in the Shark Tank back in our era though. I mean, you played with the playoffs, I think too, right?
Yeah.
They beat you in the conference final, so it probably stings you a bit more. But I remember one year, I might have said this before in this pod, but we're fucking having a great year in Vancouver, leading the division, the old Northwest division. We're like, here we go. Let's go in the Shark Tank and make a statement. Fuck, it was 4-0 after the first.
Yeah.
Their power play, Boyle to Marlowe, down to Jumbo. It's just, they were so good. He was so good. And if you wanted to fuck around with him, ask him and Getzy fighting off the opening face-off in the playoffs was one of the greatest things ever.
I know it was, yeah. No, he's a legend. Team Canada legend.
Yeah. And he loves the dressing room.
I'm trying to think, and I kind of want to bounce this off you, but I never wanted to be a defenseman. So I can't go on that line of, firing, but
yeah, I know.
Right?
No.
I wouldn't want to be a D. I was all guns.
What if you were Cale Makar?
Yeah, but that's
we're talking our era. Yeah, we're talking our
that's
era.
New era. So
Bigger, how's my camera there? Is it nice and wide or what?
I'm thinking more, and I had a chance to play with this guy, but the way that Alexei Kovalev played.
Oh yeah, he's fucking nasty.
He was legit the most talented guy I've seen with skates and a stick and his size. And then off the ice, he's just, you didn't know what the fuck he was doing, but he's flying airplanes and he's carrying briefcases around. You're just this guy's fucking. You're
hey, Coves, are you a Russian spy? Are you a Russian spy, bro?
Gangster.
What's in that briefcase?
So watching that guy in practice, kind of not give a fuck, but be so much better than everyone, with that headspace. And watching him no one, and I mean no one, not a Getzlaf, not a fucking Crosby, not anyone can sauce a biscuit like him.
No.
It was a heel to toe, sizzle, and it would come across the ice as a fucking little saucer. And he could land him on the top of nets from the blue line. Like after practice, he'd be kind of fucking around, like putting pucks in his skates, kicking them, and then throwing these like 12-foot sauces and landing them on top of the net from the blue line.
Where you could just read the NHL National League.
And you're kind of like looking, and you'll be like on the, after practice having some water, shooting the shit with Frosty, and you're like, is he putting those fucking biscuits on top of the net? He's doing this on purpose, right? Like
does he know that rookies don't have to pick the pucks up?
Yeah,
what's he
Can
doing?
He get off the ice seriously shortly?
Does he not know I got lunch and fucking I gotta get off here
at
before
Bell Harbor? Me and Theodore are going down to Bell Harbor in a fucking Ferrari here. Let's go.
Coves, let's go. What'd you call him? Coves or what'd you call him? Covey.
Yeah, he was nasty. I mean, we had him for half a year. Dale Talon brought him in at the end of one season, and well, we weren't making the playoffs, but he played in all the games, and you're like, this is fucking Kovalev. He's so nasty.
Yeah. No, he was.
So, but that's more, and I say that style because obviously I never had those hands. I wasn't that big. But like, I think he might have assisted on like a couple of my goals, and like it was a fucking highlight of mine to be out there with him.
Was there any guy you looked at around the league when we were in there that you're like, I'd like to have his spot? Like, I wish I was playing on that team with his role. Like, to me, that's another thing about Jumbo. When I would like look at him, like, fuck, that career's got to be nice, right?
Kunitz.
Chucky.
I used to look at Kunitz and be like, that motherfucker's like, just put himself in the right spots on the right lines. He works his balls off, but like, he's got a great spot on his squads, right? He went to Chicago. He had a run with them. He has Pittsburgh run with them. He comes Ducks run. Like and he always kept pace with whoever he played with,
Totally.
But arguably like a third line player that had accolades of a first, second line guy.
I'm going to, and to tag off your Chris Kunitz, remember Rob Scuderi? I always looked like he was in Pitt and then he went to LA. I'm like, give me Rob Scuderi. Let me play in Pitt and then trade me to LA. And, I probably have a couple cups too, like him, like good D man. But I never thought he was, people may disagree with me that I never thought he was that much better than me, right? I thought if anything, I could maybe pass the puck better than him. He was probably better defensively. He probably blocked more shots than me. I was tougher, but similar. And I'm like, fuck, that'd be a nice situation to be in.
He has Letang and Gonchar.
Exactly.
So he was the stay-at-home for those two guys. Again, that spot.
Exactly.
Yeah, you need to find the spot. The G spot. You need to find the G spot.
Instead of getting drunk in Vancouver every night, I should have been at Pittsburgh fucking playing with Letang.
Yeah, right. You wouldn't be as cool as you are.
Yeah, I wouldn't have as many stories probably.
Or kills.
Yeah, that's true. I'm going to say, when you talk about style, do Russians in general have the best style? Because Sergei Fedorov, when I went to my first training camp and I just like saw him, I think I told you before, like, remember the old wool socks? The one, remember this? Did you see the picture Princey put up months ago about Heatley with remember the old wool socks we used to wear?
Of course.
He would cut it at the top and wear it on his head.
Oh, yeah.
And his hair would come
nasty.
through. And like he had like Nike shit that was just like you couldn't buy off the rack, and his legs and like.
Do you mean style? Like, so
I mean, off the ice style, but then on the ice, he had the graphs with the tongues.
Some of those Russians don't have good style though.
Not off the ice.
But yeah, it's tough.
They wear the Russian tracksuits. Yeah. Like Hugh Dobin every day would wear the Russian tracksuit.
Would he? Yeah, Dobie. What a guy.
I love Dobie.
I mean, there's been argued, like, I don't know. Well, just who had the best style ever? Sergei Fedorov, probably.
Mike Modano.
Yeah. So, but he's American. What about Pavel Bure? That was
Pavel Bure had nasty style. Nasty style. Dougie Gilmore had great style with the one tuck in, the old CCM bucket.
I always thought Heater had good style.
Heater had great style. Great style.
Like I kind of
Kovalchuk, great style.
What about like Paul Kariya?
Not great style.
Not great style.
Too big of a welding shield.
Too big of a shield. Yeah.
Bad wheels. And he would
tape
the ankles.
Black blades.
What about Jerome
I think in
McGinley?
order to have great style, you need to be taller than like 5'10".
You had good style. How tall are you?
I'm 6 feet.
Okay, yeah.
But like you can't be super short and have great style unless you're Jack Hughes.
No, like Connor Garland. Like new age, like I don't even know what his style is like.
Johnny
he's so
Hockey
small.
to me is terrible style.
Awful.
Right? It's just like the stick and the skates, and it's
awful.
But like Jack Hughes looks nasty.
What about Jerome McGinley?
Horrendous style. Tough as fuck and
great player, not great style.
Terrible style.
Clayton Keller style.
Clayton Keller's got good style.
Great style.
But that's that new Patrick Kane style. Like Patty Kane is why all those kids look the way they do. Austin Matthews, Jack Hughes, they all look like that. They stick handle like that. That was their guy.
Zetterberg.
Not great style.
but suited him.
He's a legend.
Suited him because he would do the skates like not like
He did the little tongues out.
Yeah, but he would do the old school, tongues out and the back out.
Yeah, I kind of like Stoli, babe.
Great style, Stoli had.
Yeah,
I think Stoli had great style.
What about Panger?
Great style. Robert Pang.
Oh, Panger, yeah. Yeah, those little fucking
Great style.
Darren Poopa pads.
No. Are we talking about? Who are we talking about?
Darren Pang.
Darren Pang.
Oh,
He's talking about short guys without style.
Fuck. I was thinking Robert Lang.
Oh, Langer?
My bad, Binger. My bad.
Langer's flow. He did great style just because his hair was so sick.
Panger, terrible style. I love Panger, but terrible. I think he'd be the first to admit it.
There wasn't
wouldn't
even
he?
style back then. You couldn't look cool as a goalie if you tried in the fucking, what did he play in the 60s? No, he's a beauty. He played in the 80s.
I think he played in the 80s.
I mean, Grant Fuhrer had good style in the 80s.
Great style. But
Billy
yeah,
Ranford was nasty.
I
Great
mean,
style.
Alan Bester used to be the Leafs
Felix
player.
Potvin.
Terrible. Potvin, great style.
Great style.
Great.
Andy Moog.
Andy Moog, probably terrible style, right? Back in those days.
Great jersey, though. Those Boston ones.
I like the Boston jerseys back in the day when they wore the yellow socks with them. Remember that? Yeah, they had the yellow socks. They should bring those back after what happened to them this year's playoffs.
Yeah, like it was like a bright yellow. The kind of the ones they wear the bear on the face, like that color yellow.
When they had the bear on the shoulder.
Mm.
What about Eric Lindros?
See, I was gonna say maybe him just because that's someone I could never have been. But he was a fucking killer. Oh, you're talking style?
Both.
Oh yeah. Like I mean, every kid looked
and
up.
You did play against him, right?
No. Yes, I did.
Yeah.
Yeah. When I scored my first goal, he was on the ice. He didn't give a flying fuck when he played in New York, though.
No,
he was over his like he
was probably banged up a little bit.
He was a little banged up, and their team was just. You talk about what New York did this year with bringing in all stars. I mean, there was star-studded lineup.
I just remember they had everybody.
Like
Bobby Holik. Was that what Bobby Holik was making?
Mess, Bure, Leach, fucking Shanahan, Nedved,
Jesus,
Lindros.
Yeah.
I mean, what the?
Yeah.
Richter.
Was there a salary cap then? No,
Kasperitis. Pody.
I bet you they had some good road trips, that squad there.
Yeah. Good card games, I'm sure.
I'm trying to think of a defenseman that through our era that I would have been like. I mean, I remember watching Dan Boyle play and just be like, wow. Imagine playing like Boiler. He's a right-handed shot, so to me, I would.
Like Zubov.
Oh, yeah. Zubov.
Smoking darts.
You know who I looked up to a lot, and I actually got to meet him one time in Portland, was a guy I kind of tried to have my game around, was Brian McCabe. Caber, like I couldn't shoot the puck like Caber. Caber had a great one-timer, and my dad, shout out to Pitter, he told me a lot of fucking things. I only listened to half of them, but what I should have listened to was he said, shoot the puck more. And I had a good shot when I was younger, and then as I got older, I kind of lost it, and I don't know if I should have probably worked. Was it because
of your stick? I'll tell you.
I don't know, but Caber had a one-timer that got him on the power play. Like Caber could play the power play, he'd go penalty kill, and he had 6 styles. So I would say Brian McCabe was another guy that I would probably.
This is a little off the beaten path, but because I watched this YouTube video yesterday, it's on my head. But I think in order to be an elite goal scorer and an elite shooter now, you need to have a net in your house. You need to have an area to shoot pucks every day. And I'll tell you why.
Yeah.
Personally, this is why. When I moved to Kamloops to play junior hockey, I was 17. My billets, Selena and Louie, legends, shout out to them. They listen to the pod. They had a net in the basement, and I every day shot. And I can't tell you, it was obviously the best year of goal scoring I had. I took 10 steps forward in goal scoring. Every time I would get a puck, I'd feel like I knew where the corners of the net were, like just instinctively. And that's, put aside your hour of practice a day that you get as a junior player. You watch the kids nowadays, they all just fucking shoot pucks. You need to have a net for your kid if he wants to be an elite goal scorer, and he needs to shoot pucks for an hour a day. Does that make sense?
That makes a ton of sense. I'm just sitting here.
So I bet you if you did that as a kid, you'd fucking have more goals than like Eric Carlson.
No, I was going to say, fuck, we'd have a bigger studio than this ups. I did that as a kid, but as I got to a pro, and listen, I lived in condos.
It's kind of when we should have did it more.
Totally. I lived in condos my whole career, right? I never bought a house, but
I know.
If I had a house, I'm just thinking about how much time I spent like laying on the couch in the afternoon. Like I could have got up and went down to, and if I had a house out in the backyard, shot for an hour.
Totally.
Instead
of
have
the games on and just rip.
Instead of living in a condo downtown because I want to be close to the bars, maybe I should have went out to the suburbs.
No,
and
fuck it. Don't change. You shouldn't change anything.
What about, you're right though. I didn't, shooting pucks is the way you get better at it. But what about Alexander Mogilny?
He was nasty.
Style wise.
Yeah, he was nasty.
This is
Not as good as Bure.
Not
as good as Bure.
Look at that eye-tech
Yeah,
bucket.
you'd have to go back to the Buffalo days for him.
Yeah.
Or Vancouver, right?
I remember Vancouver. I remember playing against him. He got sent down right here. Here he is, right in an Albany River Rats jersey.
He was making $8 million.
$8 million bucks, and I remember we going into Albany, and he was out there, and I was like, "Fucking Mogilny! Wow, look at him." Not great style though, Ups. Like,
No.
He looks pretty good here in buff, but not.
Yeah.
He's no Pavel Bure.
No. Tried to be.
Devin, great style. You had good style. Loops had good style too. Getzlav, great style. Penner had good style. Who had the worst style? Pierre Peroto had good style. Zenon Konopka, Z, I love you, but you had fucking terrible style, no?
Yeah.
But what a player. What a warrior. What a warrior.
Who has the worst style in the league, you think?
Right now?
Yeah. Puljujärvi? He's not even in the league.
Puljujärvi, he's going back to Finland. Who has the worst style in the end? They all look the same nowadays. That's a good question, though. Let's
worst style. Let's hear it from the fans.
Yeah. Who do you guys think has the worst style in the NHL? That's great. But Devin from Brooklyn, thank you. Updog, you want to read the first one there?
Yeah,
Tony
why
S,
not?
give it a read.
Sure.
You're good at the ad reads. Read it up. You're good at the reading part.
This is Tony Talon.
Subject buttes.
Fellas, what I want to know is every team has that one butte that every guy on the team knows. This guy will do anything if guys on the team talk it up. That was me on the team as long as I didn't end up in handcuffs. Who was the one guy that would do almost anything if other guys would talk it up? And let's give Brantford, Ontario a shit bump. Shit bump.
It's like from Major League. Let's give him all a nice big shit burger to eat. What is a shit bump? Like he wants to chirp it. He's not from Brantford. It's where Gretz is from.
Hey, let's give Brantford a shit bump. No, I think
That means like pump it up.
yeah, and just give him a curfew bump.
Oh, okay.
Probably.
Well, like I love Brantford, Ontario. Home of Chris Gratton, Josh Gratton. Obviously, home of Wayne Gretzky. Home of Brandon Montour. Brantford's awesome. Good golf courses, I think, there too. What's he talking about? Like a guy
he's
off
like,
the ice?
which one? Who's the guy that on your team would take the fall?
Ball guy.
Like he's the one guy that would do anything for the boys, and
I think just could get talked into doing anything.
I was going to say, I think it's the guy that you guys can get to do whatever.
Do whatever.
You can peer
That was
pressure
me.
him into doing anything.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
that's me. Okay.
Yeah.
Next
I'll go
question.
talk to that goalie. I have to tell you that. Yeah, I would say up dog. I don't know, man. I mean, when I'm starting to think of like if you could get him to do something stupid, Zenon Konopka. Nopper, you could talk Nopper up. Hey, Nopper, like, I don't know, chug that beer or do 4 shots or I don't know, like Nopper would be up for anything if he could get a good laugh out of the boys. But he was one of the best teammates ever too.
Hazy was one.
Hazy, God, Hazy. I love Hazy for sure.
Yeah.
Is there anybody in Phoenix?
Well, Biz would. You could do Biz.
Yeah.
Biz. You didn't have to
perfect.
tell him to do anything. He was already probably one step ahead of you, doing whether it was fucked up or not. But I mean, line up some.
Those are pretty good ones. Those are guys.
I like the guys that take the rope by the fucking bull by the horns and already line up the dinners.
Yeah, that's
They
you.
fucking figured their shit out. Well,
Yeah.
Schenner was good at it. Schenner was great at it. Stasny was good. But just knowing like, hey, this is the month ahead. Like, can't wait to get on the road.
Yeah.
Like, what are we doing Wednesday night?
So Stas was good at that, eh?
Yeah, he'd want to. Yeah,
I would just say that
He'd wanna
he
go to
probably
a
had
nice
he
quality
probably had
place.
something lined up that I wasn't. Me and Stas never hung out off the ice like
Yeah.
you guys did. So to me, that doesn't jump out to me at Stas. But
he was part of the dinner crew.
for me in Colorado, like my dinner crew was like O'Reilly, Peranto, McGinn, Barry when he was up, and that was about it.
Yeah,
Like, see, that's where me and you differ. Like, I wasn't like, let's get 10 guys out for dinner. I'm like, give me 2
No.
or 3 of my guys,
yeah,
and I'm out of it. I don't want 10 fucking guys at dinner.
yeah. No,
Does that make me a bad teammate? Or?
I mean, you have to do it sometimes.
You do, eh?
Sometimes. But we had like a good older crew, so it's
Yeah.
and they'd pick up the tab. So
Yeah, that's why you were going.
No,
but
just
did you love team dinners like on the road when the boys
No,
are like,
you know me.
mandatory team
No,
dinner?
but-
Right? It takes 45 minutes to get the fucking apps. You're like, come on here, let's go.
I
Fucking
used to
hungry.
like going with it would be 6 or 7 dudes, all like kind of similar age,
Yeah.
And by this time I'm 34, so and these guys are the ones that wanted to go have a bottle of wine, wanted to go like not eat at fucking 5:30.
Yeah.
So you're like, okay.
No, but then you look at a team like Florida when I was only there for a bit. Like on the road, it was great. Boley, Thordy, Mitchie, Hazy, you, Peary.
Yeah, so there's six, seven guys there.
That team was a bunch of fucking beauties, right?
Yeah, you just don't want to. You just don't want to like
Frosty Moods.
Now going out. If it's it depends. New York City, you're like,
see you boys.
Sorry guys, I'm taking Wednesday and doing my own thing.
Yeah, exactly. I remember.
No one blames you for that.
We used to land in Colorado when I was playing with, and I say, "Fact day, listen, I got dinner set up." You know, he'd always go to the guitar store, right? I said, "Listen, if anyone asks what you're doing, play it cool. I got dinner set up. Here you go." And then McGinn and I bring it to McGinn, and maybe Ryan O'Byrne the odd time. Landy anytime he wanted to come, but Landy didn't really. He was so young then that I think he was kind of scared to come. But like, I'm like, if you want to come to dinner, come. Oh no, I'm going to go with. I think he would go to dinner with Stas a lot.
Yeah,
I think that was his kind of crew, right?
Sure.
Got Stas and Gagliardi and Cody McLeod, and those guys would go have their dinner. And those guys were all great guys. I loved playing with them. I just think they were on a different pace than me. And then in Vancouver, I really didn't. My guy was Alex Bolduc when he was up. But in Vancouver, I wouldn't really go to dinner with them.
You're kind of the odd duck there.
I was the odd duck there, wasn't I?
Yeah,
I was, wasn't I?
You were too cool for that team.
Yeah. A lot of people reach out like to get guys on the podcast from the Canucks, and I'm like, I don't know. Like Bieksa, I love Bieksa, I love Kessler, I love Burrs playing those guys, but they weren't really like my boys after I was done playing. You know what I mean? Juices, but like Hordichuk, I loved. Ryan Johnson, I loved. Tanner Glass, I loved. The Sedins, I loved. But it wasn't like, they weren't my type of guys, like you said, to go out for dinner with on the road.
Yeah.
But you know what Bonesy did make us do once a year was the defensemen. We'd all have to go out, the seven of us, typically in Nashville, and have like a happy hour. Once a year, twice a year, maybe. Nashville. Perfect. And then Dallas or something cool. I always thought that was fun by Bonesy.
It's smart.
Yeah.
Right? It's a nice guy.
Nice guy. Tony, thanks, buddy. I'll read this next one. This one's fucking long, up dog. You want me to read it or what?
I can read it.
Yeah, keep going, buddy.
Fellas, huge fucking listener here. This guy is Riley Benroth. Huge fucking listener from North End, Regina. Fuck, that should tell you enough about me. Hard-nosed grinder, brings his lunch pail to the rink every day. My dad coaches Bantam AA in Regina, and holy fuck are these kids soft. I could count on one hand the amount of body checks that were thrown. Let me tell you, though, that Al Ritchie was absolutely stockpiled with so many high school units. Fuck, if I was 14 again, I would have looked like a mix of McDavid and Big Buff out there. Holy fuck, I'd be buzzing. Nope, not these kids. I grew up watching WHL fights to get ready for a big game, and I think these kids are too distracted on their phones to give a fuck about hockey. What's your guys' take? I ref Junior A here in Manitoba. I'm a Winnipeg boy now, and I always tell that the bouncers I ref in the American League to get in most places. But fuck, is Junior A even softer. Super skilled and hardly any grit from these guys anymore. Honestly, I'd rather ref high-level women hockey because they at least are smokes. Fucked, I love the show, and I really hope you guys get out the prairie provinces more because we fucking love hockey, beer, and women. Our boy Benny.
What a beauty. What a beauty. I'm going to say, like, I complain a lot about how soft the NHL is, right? And people are probably like, you know, I had a great talk with Dion Phaneuf when we went to the Oilers-Kings game in Game 6, and he was basically saying, you got to, like, embrace the way it is now and this and that. And he's probably right to a certain extent, but I'm scared that it's going to get worse, right? Like, I went and watched the Cobra Cougars play Junior A when I went home for Christmas last year. I didn't see a body check, right? Like, I've watched some OHL hockey throughout the playoffs last year and stuff like that. And I'm like, it's not like when we played. So to me, it's like, is it going to get worse before it gets better? And that's my biggest concern, up dog, that eventually in 5 to 10 years, there's going to be no hitting. So I'm with you, Benny. I think it's super, super soft. And that's what scares me. What if you're like a coach out there, Ups, aren't you like, let's play physical. Let's bring back some hockey.
Yeah. I mean, I think skill ultimately is the marker that you need to teach these kids. But, there's medals given to everyone now. It's like, it's hard to really, like, you can't smack a kid if you fucking, I think of my dad back in the day when I was just being an idiot, right?
Yeah.
And he'd smack me in the side of the head, and it would be like, okay, now if you see a dad do that now, it's like fucking someone's calling the cops.
For sure.
Anyway. I learned like that. So, that sort of, that struggle of like, okay, fuck, you gotta be better. I just, it's a different way of teaching. And, as Canadians, we put team first now. I think these kids, you got to work on their skills. You got to get them like.
I know there's so much skill, coach.
So much skill.
And
used to be like, listen, this is going to be the team. We got the 3 power play guys here. You're going to be the fucking penalty killers, and everyone kind of just. You had to learn about team. I don't really know if that's like.
It's more individualized now for sure.
Big time.
Let's say Beckham, let's fast forward 15 years, whatever, and Beckham's good at hockey and you're his dad. Like, are you not telling him, hey, Beckham, like, you can still hit? Like, what? Like, be physical.
I would just tell him to stand in front of the net.
But if you looked at the Stanley Cup playoffs from this year, Sam Bennett was the biggest reason that Florida had their success, and he hits. So there's still opportunity and room for guys out there. Like, if you're playing in the OHL, the Western League, or, well, we won't talk about the Quebec League, but like, fucking hit.
Yeah.
Like, there's still room for guys out there to hit, and you're going to need it. And I just hope to God, Uppy, that never changes. Like that, they're never going to take hitting out of the game. So I hope it won't. But I still think there's room for guys to fucking hit.
No.
And if I watch Beckham play, I'm going to say, Beckham, fucking finish your check.
They'll play with tennis balls before they fucking take away hitting.
I would have blocked shots with tennis balls.
Soon it'll be the puck's too hard. Like, it's got to be a rubber puck, or if they take away hitting. Like, let's be honest here.
Yeah,
hitting
true.
Hockey is about hitting. It's about fucking looking that guy across the ice and going, I'm going to beat your ass. Right?
I mean, if I had a kid and he was playing, I'd tell him to hit. Uppy, I want to say this. So to get in the bars in Manitoba, all I got to do is say you fucking ref in the American League. It's not hard to get in. Holy fuck, what kind of bars
I
are
don't
you?
think you're ever going to have to worry about getting in a bar in Winnipeg.
Iowa, fucking Grand Rapids.
Odds are you never step foot in that town again.
Winnipeg?
Not a chance.
Probably not.
Not a fucking chance.
Unless they go to the final or something.
No way.
Even then.
You will look at me and say, Missin Curfew's not going anywhere. There's no chance.
What about Earl's up there? Chili chicken.
Yeah, but there's Earl's everywhere.
Did I tell you I got some chili chicken at the Joey's down here? It's not the same.
Who made it? One of the Canadians?
Chefs?
Yeah. No, because I actually had to fucking wheel and deal.
Well, listen, I told the guy, I said, listen, my business partner, my boy Updog comes in here and gets fucking chili chicken all the time. So don't tell me there's no chili chicken back there.
He has the sauce.
And he goes, are you Canadian? I said, I am Canadian. So fire it up.
Yeah.
So the guy comes out. He's a good guy, actually. I wasn't being that, but I was being actually nice. So I said, my boy Updog, blah, blah, blah. Comes out. It's not the same. It's spicy. It was never spicy. It was had that cucumber with like a little citrusy tangy.
It was a sweet chili.
Yeah. Not spicy chili.
A little spice.
Take a couple bites. The next thing you know, I need a water. So it's not the same.
Have a pint, bud.
So Joey's in Newport.
Labatt Blue Light.
Come on, baby.
Goes well with the chili chicken, bud. Labatt Blue Light.
Yeah, that's true. The blue lights are tasty. They are tasty. So I'm going to read this one. I'm going to read this one right here.
Kevin?
I'm going to read Kevin because you're doing a hell of a job. Take a breather there. Have a blue light.
All right.
Uppy kids tough start. Uppy kids had friends over and wanted to play some street hockey. Problem being there wasn't enough sticks. Went over the old stick rack at the ex-oil barons my dad collected over the years. Found one of your old CCM twigs, decided to cut one down, cut one of the, what's that say?
Decided to cut down one of Kletz's sticks. He was my teammate.
Okay, so you know these guys.
And Rob Staudinger sticks. Rob Staudy was my captain.
So you play with these boys?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So and then I used to use the CCM twig in junior.
Kept yours intact.
He decided to cut down the other guys.
So the other guy's sticks are never going to be worth anything. So he thought, no, don't cut down the Upshall one here. This could be worth something.
What do you think my stick's worth in junior?
$24.99.
Fuck, we could use it then. Sell that fucker.
Is it signed? If it's signed, I'm going to say $59.99.
Yeah, we could use it.
Well, we could use anything.
I
butchered that, Reed, didn't I?
No, it was great. Nice to see the guys are still Kevin's still playing some street hockey.
His kids were playing.
Fucking kids.
His kids were playing. So let's talk about those two guys. The guy was your captain. Who's the other guy? Kletzen.
Oh, he was talk about bad style. This guy is he was a righty. I can't tell you much else about him. It's been fucking 30 years. But
has it been 30
all
years?
I know is they're champs though, eh? We won that year. They're fucking champs. Staudinger was tough and our captain. And I mean fucking just jacked too.
Yeah?
Yeah, Rob Staudinger. He's I always looked up to him because he was probably 6 years older than me.
Yeah, exactly.
How old was he? He was 20. I was 16. He's 4. And he was a local kid that played at the Barons at like 17, 18 and was our captain. And anyway.
So we both played for our hometown junior B teams. It's pretty
junior
cool.
A.
Well, yeah, junior A.
Oh, but yeah,
junior
tier 2.
Tier 2. So how old were you? 16 or 15?
16.
Yeah, me too. 16.
Yeah.
Now, would you go out after a big oil bear and win, go to the bars in Fort Mac?
Yes.
Yeah, me too. Right down to the
16.
Walton Hotel and get just
We used to have house
drunk
parties,
as a
though.
skunk.
We used to do Friday. We used to do basically Friday, Saturday, Sunday games. Because Fort Mac, you had to come up, and most teams would come up and play like a Saturday night, 8:30 p.m., Sunday, 2:30. And they would fucking leave on the 6-7 hour bus ride out. And we would have like, go to Boston Pizza and just get pinned on those schooners and fucking wings and then have a house party.
Did you have a fake ID? Like, I didn't even get ID'd. I would
had
just
fake-
walk
I
in.
had
Like,
Jarrett's-
everyone knew I was 16.
I had Jarrett Stoll's fake ID
Oh,
from
wow.
no, actually, I had Rob Stottinger's right here. I had his to start off, and then I got Stoley's when I was, my first year World Junior, so I was 17.
So,
He was 19.
in Fort Mac, you were using the ID of the captain that was on your team. That was at the bar.
I sure was.
Yeah. Come on in, boys.
No, they didn't say.
Come on in.
They didn't say too much there.
No, I
Especially
know.
we had one strip club I used to go to a lot, and
You had a strip club?
yeah, showgirls. What? Showgirls? Yeah,
We didn't have a strip club.
yeah.
Thank God we didn't have a
We
strip
used to
club.
I used to fire the ladies, knock off the
Right off
posters.
the
like,
inside of the leg. Hey, there you go, baby. There you go, baby. But you guys were good. We were terrible.
yeah, we
we
were
won
good.
10 games
We
that
lost
year.
7 games that whole year.
We won 10. I believe 10 games we won that year.
Yeah, we.
But I just remember, like, it was so much fun playing for your hometown team. You go in there, if I can get pinned. We would play Saturdays at 8 p.m., which I thought was a late start, but you guys would play at 8:30.
8:30. Guys get off day shifts. That's why. All the guys would get home off the bus at like 6:30, 7 o'clock, and we'd give all the fans. Otherwise, we'd play fucking first 2 periods with no one in there.
Gotcha. Oh, they're coming back.
Because you can imagine if a visiting team showing up and being like, "You gotta fucking wait till 8:30 to play here. We're in Fort Mac, and then tomorrow's at 2:30. The fuck."
Yeah. Freezing their
Home
balls off.
advantage, but home advantage.
Do you remember your coach? My coach was Marty Sullivan. This guy was a beauty. This guy would just hack darts, smoke cigarettes all the time in the dressing room.
Yeah.
Like, come in before pregame speech, be like, all right, boys, we got to, like, I'm like, what the fuck? This guy's smoking right in the dressing room.
I of course remember mine because I grew up watching him, and he's a legend.
Did he smoke in the dressing room?
Fran Gao. He did not. No, but I told the story of the pot right on the on the bus the one time there. And he was the one that like turned around and said, "You fucking idiots in the back of the bus, put that doobie out." We're like, shut up.
Did he say doobie?
Oh yeah, it was fucking, yeah.
You guys put that fucking doobie out. But think about that now, like a coach smoking in the dressing room while he's coming in. Like,
I mean,
this was only like,
This was
like
2000.
1999.
yeah.
Is that
They're
guy, it
allowed
had to
to
be
do
against
that.
the law then? No, like there had to be a no smoking sign in the fucking dressing
I
room.
don't
then,
think
no?
so. No. It was still full blast.
Full blast.
Hockey was still pretty fucking do whatever you want.
Yeah,
Right?
crazy. I don't know, but it was crazy. So, Maxie, we got a call for the boys.
Yeah, this one's for you, Opes.
Oh boy.
Fellas, what is going on? This is Avery Rebbit calling from London, Ontario. It's 4 in the morning right now. I'm absolutely in one. Just wanted to see what's going on with you guys. Obi, what you fucking said about the refs this fucking playoffs is absolutely priest. You should be a fucking priest right now. Even Prime Minister, fuck Trudeau, And my question for you is for Obi, back when you played in Linz, Austria. Holy fuck. That's where I grew up. My old man played there for about a decade, and just grew up there. Just wanted to see what you thought about it and what was the most National League thing about living there compared to all the shit you've been through over here in the States. Love you guys. Rest in peace, Jimmy Scoops.
Oh man, was his name Everett?
Avery Rebick.
Avery.
He typed it in. That's the only way I was able to get it.
Avery. I'm gonna say this. I encourage more drunk calls like that, right? That's what we invented.
100%. The
Listen,
4 a.m.ers, I mean,
if you went up
we're still up
If you went
sometimes.
to the bar and you couldn't close one and you're fucking a little frustrated, call the boys. Let us know. Hey,
Tell us what
And
happened.
if you did close one, call us and tell us how it went. All right, walk us through it. Walk us through how it went. That was awesome. Linz, Austria, great spot. Great spot.
Is that where you were, Linz?
Yeah,
Awesome.
Linz, Austria. Great fans. My boy. Shout out to my boy Troy G. Ward. Warder was the coach. Lots of imports. Jake Dowell played there. A guy who played in Chicago for a bit. Great guy. Loved my time in Austria. The most National League thing about Austria was this place they had called Golden Time. Now, for you people that may be frowned upon, these things are legal establishments over in Austria. All right, these are legal establishments, right? And you walk in, and it's a full bar, spa, sauna, cold tub, hot tub, everything you need. So I would go in there, and then there were some female
Fingers fucking ears perked up.
and then there
over
was
there.
some female companionship at times in there as well, right?
I'm sure. I'm sure you watch a sports game, grab a steak
I would
sandwich.
go in there right after practice most days, and then I'm funny. Some of the Austrian boys would be like, "Oh, I saw your car at Golden Time again there yesterday," because you get these cars, and I could hardly fit.
I know you can.
I couldn't fit in this fucking Kia they give me.
But
like,
every car looks the same over there, so you can get away with that.
no, you do. But they got your
you got your name on the back.
They got your fucking team logo and your number on it, right? So I'm driving around this car that's got my fucking
free entry fee, though.
team name and 55 on the arse end, and I'm just like,
In front of Golden Time every single
right?
day.
And the boys are like, "Oh, I saw you at Golden
That
Time
might
again."
be
there.
worse than your tattoo that says your name on your back.
Yeah,
I
that's true.
swear I wasn't in there. Well, but someone else with the fucking 4-leaf clover.
Hey, you know what? When I knew the mistake was that I got my last name on the on my tattoo was one of Loop's July 4th parties, and this girl was a smoke show actually.
I
But
bet.
I'm just standing there, and all I just hear in nowhere is, "Hey, O'Brien." I'm like, oh shit, fuck, nice move with the name on the tattoo.
Yeah, that's great.
But,
I always wanted to get a tattoo.
Yeah, listen, Austria was unbelievable. No, okay. By the way, Matthew Schneider.
Yeah.
So I was going through a tough time in Vancouver. Wasn't playing very well, and I had this little. I don't know if you remember. I had this little Fighting Irish guy that I got for good luck when I went to
Yeah.
training camp for
I remember
the
that.
OHL.
Yeah.
And my mom would only allow me to get it the size of this, right? She's like, "You're not getting a
Where
big
is
one."
that? Where is that?
It's under my shamrock.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm in Vancouver. My boy Alex Bolduc, I was just talking about, he was a tattoo guy. And I'm like, fuck it, I need to mix something up. This tattoo is embarrassing. What I should have done is just got it removed. So I go in there, I get a fucking 4-leaf clover, like, with my name on it, right? And I come in and Matthew Schneider sees me with it. And he's like, "No, Obi, no, no, tell me you didn't do it. No." I'm like, "Is it that bad, Schneids?" Like, and Schneids is notorious. He had awful tattoos. He's like, "Look at these tattoos. Look at these tattoos." I'm like, "Oh, the one's not bad there. That one looks pretty good." He's like, "They're fucking terrible." He's like, "Mark my words, you're gonna wake up when you're 30 fucking years old,
Wow, yeah.
and you're gonna fucking regret having that tattoo." Schneidsy, I wasn't 30 or 31. I looked in the mirror. I'm like, "You fucking idiot." Schneids is right. Don't get a fucking tattoo
Yeah.
unless it means something really good, and get it in a cool spot. Like that, mine's not cool.
I feel like you need a full sleeve if you're going to get one.
Like maybe if you got like your
Right?
kid's name,
You can't
like,
just get
like
one.
0 to 1,000. Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Like,
you need
what
a
if you got-
sleeve. It needs to be dark, inked out.
You know where I should have got it? I should have got it right,
Right
over,
on your horn.
right, right on my chest where Constance is. Constance has a little
Yeah,
shamrock right there.
my brother put one there.
That's a good spot.
Keys to his heart. His
Yeah.
daughters.
Yeah, like if you put Izzy there, might want to do a couple push-ups. But if you did Izzy there,
Fuck, it just worked out.
yeah. But be glad you don't have a tattoo.
Yeah, well,
You got any tattoos?
No,
Max?
my mom would disown me.
No tats.
That's the reason she'd disown you, huh?
yeah. Finally.
That's the final straw, eh?
Not from listening to this podcast here and hearing what I do.
Yeah, totally. Don't let her listen.
Linz, Austria, great spot. Our GM, this fucking Austrian GM guy was like straight out of fucking GQ. This guy was like fucking, I met him, I'm like, this guy a GM or a fucking model? Like his hair was perfect and he would drink all the time. Like he would like anywhere he went for lunches, it's like big time afternoon drinkers in Austria. A lot of beers being had, like lunch beers.
I know. Why is that? Is this because the food's better over there? Like, I feel like I can't eat like a lunch and just get pinned here, or I'm done.
Well, they're just smoking
over there,
darts too.
but
Over
it
there.
means the air.
They're
The
smoking
air
a
is
lot
better.
of darts.
I know the altitude's nice. You know,
Yeah.
I don't know. It feels like every day was a vacation.
You've been in
but we were playing-
Switzerland, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, how beautiful is the
Postcards.
country? Yeah.
Postcards.
Riding the bus there is a lot better than riding it through Binghamton, New
Ice
York.
tipped
You're like,
fucking mountains everywhere.
yeah.
God, talk about those shitty cars.
Yeah.
I got in an accident the one time.
What kind of car were you driving? I was driving a little
tiniest
Kia
little-
fucking
Little
stick
2-door
shift.
sticker. Yeah. Stick shift.
The guy's like, "You know how to drive stick shift?" I go, "I haven't drove it since fucking Kingston in 1996.
I love good stick.
but-
I used to have my Ford Ranger was a stick shift back in the day. And
Hey, you gotta make sure Beckham knows how to drive a stick, right?
100%.
Yeah. If you're a guy, you gotta know how to drive a stick. And even if you're a girl, it's kind of hot.
Pick
when-
has a nice, the one Porsche pick has, it's sick.
Did I ever tell you my first junior car? It was a Saturn. I called him Normie. Had stick shift
Yeah.
and not power steering.
Oh, wow.
So I'm talking, you had to
Yeah,
fucking
real get.
crank her.
I had a Chevy Cavalier. Little
Those are good
sport,
little
little
cars.
S,
Yeah, those
Cavalier
are good
S,
little
black
cars.
with it was stick. Yeah, 2-door.
Yeah. What was your
Tinted
car
out.
in Switzerland? Sorry, I changed the subject.
Oh, it was
on you.
brutal. It was were we sponsored by fucking Volkswagen? It was I think it was a
Volvo,
Volkswagen.
maybe?
Volvo. Yeah, Volvo.
Probably a Volvo.
but not a
Sweden.
good. Yeah, but that's
It's common over there.
a little
Yeah.
high end for I think the one I was driving.
I was
Anyway, I
saying-
borrowed the manager's the one day, and sure as shit, I turned out onto this street, and the sun was glaring right in my eyes, and I just rammed right into this fucking poor lady, and she couldn't speak a lick of English. She was full Italian, and I got out and I just start describing like that I'm here playing hockey and that, and she looks and she's like, "Hombre Piota?" I'm like, "Yeah." She's like, "Oh, hombre Piota." Then she like starts speaking English. I love hockey. And then her dad walks like a mile. Her dad walks a mile up the street and he sees the car just totaled. And then she starts fucking having this excitement, this cheer, like telling him that I'm a hockey guy. And he loved it too. We're high-fiving. And next thing you know, we're having a beer up the street trying to sort out the insurance cards. And I'm like, fuck, guess I'm not going to practice.
Only Uppy gets in a car crash and ends up having a beer with him.
Yeah,
No,
exactly.
it was good. It was good.
Exactly.
Good guy.
I love hockey.
Yeah. Fuck. The sun was glaring right in my eyes.
Off the mountain, eh?
Yeah,
It was glaring off the mountain.
It was right next to my hotel, Villa Sasa in Lugano. By the way, great spot. Shout out to all my friends over there in
Do you know
Switzerland. I
that?
miss you guys.
You know that's why I truly hate Bob Hartley.
I
Like the
know.
stuff that happened in Calgary, whatever. He was the head coach. He
fucked
could
ya.
determine if he cost me my deal in Lugano. How nice is that spot?
It's the best. It's a beautiful place. I didn't even get to play there. I
I
live
know,
there.
I know.
I had to drive 40 minutes to practice, but it's beautiful. Yeah.
Did you choose to live there for Jeff?
Yeah.
You're such a
I'm
beautiful.
fucking living up there.
Yeah,
the
yeah.
mountains?
That's crazy.
I'm not a mountain
That
guy.
I know that you would rather drive 40 minutes in the morning
Yeah.
just to live in a sicker place.
Yeah. Food and fucking, I
Yeah.
had to have it dialed. I was not.
You're a little backed
It
up
cost
living
me
there,
on my
right?
back,
You're a little
though.
backed up living there. Right?
I was. Oh.
Well,
Too much cheese.
Our fans in Austria were unbelievable. Linz, I mean, it's actually a pretty good league for guys like ourselves that made a little bit of scratch and you just want to kind of come over there and keep playing. Like, but the guys like the guys that didn't make, like they were not making very much money. Either Austrian guys,
I
and
know.
then there's some guys that were good Canadian guys that never made the show that are literally not making a whole lot of scratch. But it was a great league. Our fans were unbelievable.
Unreal. Yeah, so same with
Unbelievable.
ours. And now they have a new rink. Fuck, I was playing an outdoor rink.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it was badass.
Did you just
though.
take the heat pack right on the back right out there? or
It
what?
was, it was fucking, the practices were crazy. I mean, it's daytime and the snow is blowing in on the ice. There's the roof was leaking. There's puddles on the ice everywhere. And the fucking rink is this mile big as a football field. And I'm like, what am I doing? You know,
Yeah.
wearing a toque under
What
your helmet.
happened?
What happened?
What
But I
happened?
loved it a lot. It was fun.
I'm glad you went. You needed to go experience it.
Yeah. No, I'm glad I met a bunch of great kids and teammates and I had a good bunch of North American guys there. I played in the Spengler, you know,
The
pregnant
Spangy.
girl comes
The
over.
Spangy.
A lot of good memories over there.
I'll tell you what.
I didn't obviously
Vienna?
get that. What was that spa called?
Golden Time.
Yeah, there was no golden time there, but
Oh, yeah. Hey, I think it's legal over there. If it's not legal, we might have to cut that part out. Vienna, what a city! What a city, man!
that.
And I wanted to go back. I was going to play one more. I was going to try to get my fat ass in shape one more time if I could have went to Vienna. And their leading scorer, I can't remember his name. I partied with him a couple times in Vienna. I'm like, dude, get me on this squad. If anyone has an opportunity to go play over there in that city, up dog, you talk about clean
Yeah.
food.
Is that the
and
one owned by Red Bull or no?
Red Bull Salzburg.
Salzburg.
Oh, Salzburg's
Yeah.
Red Bull.
Yeah. Innsbruck's a good place
Love
to
how
play
Max
too.
knows that.
I was
Innsbruck.
I went to like 8 Salzburg Red Bull games.
You did?
I studied abroad in Salzburg.
No shit.
Yeah.
That's like
So when you talk about the fans,
they
like-
built Disneyland around the castles in
Yeah, in
Salzburg.
Salzburg.
Salzburg's
Yeah.
a beautiful
Did
city.
you guys know that?
It was Neuschwanstein in Germany, but
You
yeah,
knew that?
close. Really close.
Okay.
Can you speak German at all?
Fuck.
Ein bisschen.
How to steal my thunder.
I spoke a lot better when I was there, but yeah, get a couple beers in me and it starts to come out.
Wow.
Did you have a girlfriend when you were over there?
No.
Hey, Max.
How was that process for
Oh,
you?
it was amazing. That was the reason I chose it. The guy in the study abroad office said the 2 places he visited with the hottest girls were Salzburg and somewhere else.
Like, how was your game over
Did
there?
you go to
though?
Golden Time?
Yeah.
I had a golden time 50 feet away from my apartment door.
Oh, wow. So there is a golden time.
Buddy, they're fucking like McDonald's over there.
Yeah.
Wow.
They're fucking everywhere.
What?
I'm telling you, bro.
Happy Meals?
It's Happy Meals, all right. There's a full fucking bar in there. Okay, listen. It's like walking into Big Canyon Men's Grill. but not guys. There's
Yeah.
women everywhere.
Yeah, wow.
And you just sit down and you have a conversation.
TVs,
bar, food, outdoor
saunas.
pool, saunas, steamer, you name it.
That's probably why there's no divorces in overseas, right? Is that what are we thinking here?
Max, you don't have to answer if you went to Golden Time, but just maybe put one finger up if you did or something.
I'm on the website. I'm down to go to Golden Time.
Banger, man.
I'm on the website.
Did they have
right
a
now.
website?
Listen, and in my defense, if people are like, "Oh, Brian, you sick," well, everyone, our listeners won't be. But you're kind of lonely over there at times. You don't know anyone after practice. Like, what am I going to do? Go home and sit on the couch for, the city downtown was okay. It was like a mini Pittsburgh. It was like a steel city. The downtown was cool. I would walk around, but you don't do so much, right? And then you're like, fuck it.
Yeah.
You know? Fuck
it takes you that long. Fuck it. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I contemplated what to do today. I could go walk around the streets of Vienna or, see some history around here. Fuck it. I'm going to Golden Time. How are you?
Yeah.
Welcome back, Mr. O'Brien.
Oh, for sure.
We have the same back couch and the bar stool here that
I was giving the boys that work the front door managers, I was giving them tickets to games too. Like, hey boys, you want to go to the games?
Yeah.
Here's a pair for Thursday against fucking Salzburg.
Unreal.
Beautiful city. Linz Black Wings are awesome. Do you want to do one more? You want to wrap it? What do you think, Barry?
I got to piss.
We got to get this chirp in for Updog here from one
Okay,
of our
yeah. Last
favorite
one.
callers here.
Hey boys, Bobby from the Bronx again.
Bobby.
I just have a quick ad
Your
read
merch is on the way.
observation for Updog. Yo, Ups, it's not Hoppany, it's Hope NY. When you're reading for the DraftKings or the gambling, if they have a problem, to call this number. It's not Hoppany.
It's not
It's
Albany,
Hope
is it?
NY.
Oh, fuck.
Hope you
Hoping?
guys have a great weekend.
No, it's Hope, New York. Like Hope, New York. I was going, Hoppany.
1-800-HOPPANY.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
fuck. Good call, Bobo. Because I had no fucking idea what that word was.
Yeah. Hey, Bobby, we need a picture of this guy or something. I need to know what this guy looks like.
I
all
bet
right?
he's tough and talk about tattoos. He sounds
This guy's a beauty. Next time I'm in New York, if I ever go back, I might maybe take this guy to Due West. You think he's a Due West type of guy or what?
Yeah.
Good
Like,
guy, this guy.
Fight the whole fucking place.
So you were saying Hoppany, New York, and
Hoppany.
it's Hope, New York.
It's Hope, New York.
It's Hope NY.
I'm going to blame the it's a little smudged.
I'm going to
sometimes
blame
we
the
get 'em.
printer here.
Yeah, the printer.
Fucking the printer's a little sometimes supposed to be black. It looks white on the page. You
But
can't see the letters.
You're good at those reads by the end. But I don't know. Hoppany, New York sounds pretty hot.
Yeah. It's a good spot. They got a Golden Time there.
Oh, Doug, you're a beauty. Maxie, great job. Banger. Thank you for the calls. Keep them coming. We love the curfew calls. That was Missin Curfew.
Fella.